Hi there, my name is Ren and I read books. Lots of books. It's pretty much one of my favourite things to do. I'm a pretty average reader. I read a lot. I enjoy books. If you haven't worked that out in the past 4 years that I've been doing this, then you're probably very new. Because being a reader is not always an easy feat, and there are a couple of things that just really grind my gears when it comes to the reading world. Those things are as follows. Firstly, book covers. Most of the time, book covers are really cool. They're really pretty, they say a lot about the book. I collect different covers of different books that I really enjoy, and I love them, and they're nice, and I like having them on my shelves. But sometimes, there are a couple of things regarding book covers that I don't understand. I don't know why it's done. Why? The first one being books by the same author that are not sequels or are not related in any way other than the fact that they have the same author but look like they're part of a series. I know this is a very picky thing to bring up, but I see this and I assume it's going to be a sequel, and then I get really excited and I pick it up and I find out it actually has nothing to do with the other book that I really liked, and it's completely irrelevant, completely different. And I know it's kind of like having a thing with the author and having a theme, but why not? It's a different book, so have a different cover. This is also similar with books that have absolutely nothing to do with one another. Like, the author isn't even the same, but the covers are the same, and let's have a bit of variety. When Twilight was massive, every single book that was on the bookshelves got recovered to look like Twilight because everyone wanted Twilight, so everyone was making the books look like Twilight. Even Wuthering Heights was made to look like Twilight, which is fine because everyone likes Twilight, but why not have a bit of variety? Why? And also, covers that change mid-series. When there is a series and there are lots of books that are relevant and then they just decide to change the covers mid-series and then they don't look the same, and then I have them on my shelf and it's so ugly. The biggest one for me was with the Magisterium series, because Iron Trial came out in this amazing cover in England, and then England stopped releasing these covers and they started making these ones, and it looks completely different. They're completely different sizes, they're completely different. Just keep it the same when it's a series. That's when the covers need to look the same because it follows on. Number 2, delayed release dates. Now, I understand that sometimes things can go wrong and things will not be able to be released at the time where it's supposed to be released. I totally understand this, I get that, it's very difficult, I understand publishing things. Don't dangle something in front of me and go, this is how long you have to wait, so close now, and then like 2 days before, tell me that I have to wait longer, because I did my waiting 12 years, you know, why? I've been doing my waiting and I have to do more waiting, and I don't want to do my waiting anymore. I just want to read the book. Number 3, getting borrowed books back damaged. Now, I don't mind lending books to people. In all fairness, over the years, the list of people I will lend books to has gone down significantly, and it is only people that I trust implicitly with my books. Getting them back damaged, you get struck off my book borrowing list. Like, goodbye. You know, unless I've ruined the book when I've given it to you and I'm like, don't worry if you ruin it even more, or if it's, you know, something I've said. If I lend you a book and I'm like, please look after this book, and then it comes back and it is ruined, why would you? You may have not paid good money for the book, but I did. And please don't ruin my stuff. Most books that I won't be bothered about, but some books I am very particular about and I like people to look after them, so yeah. Number 4, when an ending of a book series ruins the series and you've spent this whole time dedicated to this series to get to the end and have everything ruined. And it makes me want to cry. Number 5, movie adaptations. I always get more hope. I always think, it's gonna be fine. Like, we have, you know, there's another movie, the adaptation is gonna be good, but I will always leave, and there's something, and I get out, and I sort of have to try and hold my tongue, and I think everyone I see these films with sees how long it takes me to go, in the book. I know they have to make differences and have differences because it is an adaptation and there are things they cannot do in film that you can say to be done, written down, but there are some things they take it out. There are little things that need to be in the film that they don't put in the film, and it just doesn't make sense, and then people are like, well, I don't understand, and I'm like, well, they'd kept it in. kept that one scene in, it would have made sense. And then they add things that are so unnecessary. Like in Deathly Hallows Part 2, they couldn't have James Potter say until the very end, but they could add in a scene where Harry and Voldemort fly around the castle just because they want to show off their swanky CGI. You know, they don't add an explanation of who the Marauders actually are and what happened with the Marauders. No, but they can add in 50 scenes that aren't really necessary. Number 6, being interrupted while reading. I read a lot. I read in my house a lot. I'm around people. I read with other people, if I'm on a beach, if I'm just somewhere in a park, you know, I read. I like to read. If I'm on my lunch break at work, I like to read. But I have the book in front of my face and you can clearly see that I am invested, that I am reading, and I want to finish reading my book. And people will talk to me and I think I'm clearly busy. Like, it's fine, like if it's a legitimate reason or whatever, but when people just like, hey, so what you doing? And I'm like, reading a book. And they're like, what you reading? And I'm like, probably Harry Potter, let me finish it. And then they strike up a conversation and I'm like, I want to read my book. Can you not see that I am reading my book? Number 7, non-removable stamps and stickers on front covers of books. This is my favourite standalone book ever. I love this book. The cover is gorgeous. It won lots of awards, which is great, and I'm so happy that it won lots of awards because it deserves all of them. And Benjamin O'Leary Science deserves all the awards he can get because this book is brilliant. But these don't come off. These are on every version of this book and they don't come off, which is fine because it won loads of awards. But it covers the cover, and it won't come off. I love when it shows what a book has achieved and I think it's great, but I would also really like it if I could just have the cover and the stickers were removable and they weren't permanently attached. It's also the same in bookshops where they stick stickers on them. One thing that I realised when I went to Waterstones is to be really careful of which book covers, because this is shiny, so if it did have a sticker on it, it probably would come off. But some books aren't, so don't put stickers on them. And then like, you try and rip them off and then they just ruin the book. So things, you know, just if you're going to stick something on a book, make it removable and make it easily removable. Thank you. Number 8, when the publishing stops mid-series. Sometimes publishers stop publishing in some countries, and there have been series that I have read that I've loved and then suddenly I can't get them in England anymore, and then I have to ship them over and it costs loads of money, and it's like, it's fine because I can still get the book, like it's still in the world, but like I just not easy access. And number 9, finally, spoilers. If people spoil a book that I'm reading to me massively, I genuinely want to cry. Especially when I am reading a big series, like when it's a Mortal Instruments book or one of Lee Bardugo's books. Any big series that I'm reading, when someone spoils it for me, why would you? I don't understand spoilers. I don't understand why someone would want to spoil something for someone else. If someone wants to discuss something, then discuss it, but why you would want to ruin it for someone else who's genuinely enjoying the book? Why you would take that away from them? Why you would like deny them of reading the book and actually enjoying it and experiencing it for the first time? And why would you? Just why? Don't spoil stuff. Sometimes I don't mind looking for spoilers, but if I find them myself, because I've got to look for them, that's fine. If someone comes to me and spoils it for me intentionally to be an idiot, just I have no time. So yeah, so those are some book lover pet peeves, reader pet peeves. I'm a reader. Those things annoy me. So yeah, so I made a poll on Twitter saying about making this video and everyone was like, please do this, like we need to discuss these things. You're gonna have your own reading pet peeves, which I would love to know down below, so any reading pet peeves that really get on your nerves, do let me know. We're all in this together, so any of your pet peeves, do leave them down below. If you're new here, I make videos a couple of times a week, so if you would like to stick around and join us, then you can do that. And as usual, all my links will be in the description below, so if you would like to come hang out with me on other social medias, you can do that as well. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're doing really, 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 really well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye!